Now, this is a pretty special roundup, so you can see on the screen now, Chris Kirkland, who's playing for Sheffield Wednesday, and he's played for Wigan many times, hasn't he? He's played for us many times in the past, and I just thought that would be cool to pay like a tribute to him and his time at Wigan, his career at Wigan, because, he's just a good, loyal goalkeeper he was at one point, wasn't he? And, playing for Sheffield Wednesday, who I'm playing today, you can see we're playing in our home kit, we're playing at the DW Arena, a new renovated stadium, and we are playing Sheffield Wednesday in the yellow. So, Espinosa will get a quick chance off to Perch. Perch is a right back, he loves to get forward and defend as well. Daniel Johnson, who played well in the last episode, a bicycle kick from who was that, Watson or Azog? But Perch is going to get the ball again, and we start up play. So you can see the Sheffield Wednesday defenders are quite, idle. They're just standing around, flat-footed. And Johnson's going to put in another cross. He loves to cross, doesn't he? And we get I thought it was a penalty for a second, but no, it was a free kick just outside the box on the right. McLean, who's shifting a bit, he's going to take it. And this is what I used to do all the time with my free kicks in this position. I used to do a long, low, hard-driven power shot, and I always used to get players on the end of it. So it didn't work that time, but I'll try to do that. You saw that good run from Johnson, who's been playing like he's a 70. Azog was the same. That was off that play. Watch this good awareness from Palacio. See, he looks and then he takes the ball, runs the opposite direction. So that was good awareness, good vision, and it was just great because we're playing like a real football team, in real life, how you see them in real life or on TV, realistic. And Daniel Johnson will come back to defend, and that was good because he's a little midfielder, but he works extremely hard, and McLean will get a shot in. Chris Kirkland, a great save, so he's come back to Wigan, the DW Arena, and he hasn't been affected emotionally by his return, and he's just played well, hasn't he? And, that was a good header there. I think that was Tavernier or Espinosa, but McLean's going to use the players supporting him as a decoy, and then he's going to pass it off to Azog. Azog will wriggle around, let the decoy runner go, and he'll take a shot. Kirkland with another great save. So Kirkland's on fire, isn't he? It's just a shame, I probably can't re-sign him. Well, maybe I could, but, that would mean I have two really old goalkeepers, and I want the young players to come in, but, he's been a great servant to the club. We'll get a corner. Rajkovic with the header, and then another good header. Just the Wigan players attacking, assaulting their goal, and a shot was blocked, so, all-out assault. Another corner, Rajkovic tries to go for the header. Meekings and Perch are right back defending, but I didn't mention this. Leon Barnett has come into the team today, and he's actually the captain. You'll see him there, he gets tackled, but he worked really hard. He came into this team, he's a captain today. He's probably the vice-captain today. He's going to get a tackle in now. And now he's on goal. So the big centre-back gets a good goal here against Kirkland. So, he's worked really hard, hasn't he? He just come into the team. He doesn't get a lot of game time. He does get game time, but just not as much as Gonzalez or Rajkovic. And he comes in, performs well. He's a good vice-captain because of his age, and his experience. He's played for Norwich in the Premier League, and he's actually going to be a really big help for me next season. So, yeah, I will not be selling him. I'll be using him as a sub. Probably the next voice of the team, just versatile anywhere along the back line. He can play wing back if he wants, he's a utility player. So we win that game 1-0, and now we've got full-time scores around the championship. Pause if you want to see those. Fulham won 3-0, but now we've got a sim game against Nottingham Forest, which we drew 1-1, so that's alright. But I'm going to show you the table now. 81 points, Brighton on 70, Norwich on 73, so as I said in the last episode, we really want to distance ourselves from the other teams at the top end of the championship, and I think we're doing that pretty well. We just got to push ourselves for the last bit of the season, and I think it's safe to say that we're going to get promoted. We're at least going to come first or second, and yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good last 2 or 3 games of the season, and that's why I'm going to try some different things out. I think we're playing in the American Express Arena. Is that what it's called for Brighton? Not really sure, but Meekings will be captain today. Yeah, as I said, I'll try something different. Put Bakuna in at centre-back, Meekings in at centre-back. Just to change up in the formation. 2 strikers, Park Chu-young, and you'll see, it's going to be a really exciting next couple of games. It's like a celebration kind of a thing, There's a player that's going to retire, which is quite sad because he's a good player. I won't tell you, you'll find out. I think you might know who he is. But there's a lot of cool things happening. 2 new young players are going to come up through the ranks of the youth squad, and they're going to get introduced in the last game of the season. So it's going to be really exciting. I cannot wait to show you this next episode, which will be the last episode. But not to worry, because I will be continuing this series for a long time. I only know how to do a Wigan career mode. They're my favourite team. And there we go. 10 minutes, 1-0 to Brighton. So it's not a good start, is it? But I wasn't really that fussed. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, I made some mistakes with this series. Things that bugged me, like the way I spoke in some occasions. You know, I said lots of ums and obviously, you know, things like that. The thumbnail kind of, you know, pissed me off a bit. I wanted to change it, so you'll expect to see some new things in this next series, the Premier League part of the series. The thumbnail is going to be different, new theme. I'm thinking I'm going to brand the whole career mode for the Premier League just a bit differently, and I think it's going to be really cool. You guys can really enjoy it. And a Zog on goal, I think that's the miss of the season for us anyway. I don't know what the other teams are up to in the Championship, but that was a pretty bad miss, wasn't it? Duncan, who's not a fast player, he gets forward, and he actually ran really fast in this play, you know, and making up, will get a header in. I thought that was going to go in. You know, the amount of time that ball was in the air, and FIFA fair play to him, you know, he picks up the opposition player who's just been bowled over by him. Espinosa is going to get the ball now, finds Berahino, who will take a shot, and a good save by the Brighton keeper. And that was it. So we lost that game 1-0 against Brighton. So that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it? But the next episode will be the last episode. So there are a few things that will happen in this episode. A couple of things that may make you a teeny bit sad or emotional. And then there'll be some things that will make you really happy. So, you know, that's just, think of it as like your last day of primary school for the year. You know, you're hanging around with all your mates and your classmates, playing your last game of football or whatever, and then you'll all go home for about, you know, a couple of months, and that might be a bit sad, I guess, but you'll come back at the start of the next year and it will start all over again. So it's going to be really fun. I cannot wait. I've said that a few times already, but yeah, if you enjoyed this, please have a like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next roundup. Goodbye.